So we're going to show you in a very simplified example how you can make data accessible for the agents with the help of reports and a dashboard. So the first thing that you want to do is set up all of your reports. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to just do two little demo reports here, very simplified ones. Bear in mind that obviously you would have to customize that depending on your Salesforce and what you want to see. So we're going to start off with a leads report. And we're going to go for queue-owned leads, and I want the lead owner to contain our lead queue, which is this one, and we just press OK. So that filters all of the records that I want to see from that particular queue. Now, create date at the moment is obviously custom, and I would like as a priority 1 list the leads that have been created in the last 7 days. So I'm going to use that filter. And that's basically it for catching all of the records. Now, one thing that I'm going to do for my agents to make it easier is I'm going to add in the country. And I'm also going to group by this field. Bear in mind that if you want to set up a report in a dashboard, you will have to have a grouping in there of some kind. So this is my data, what it's going to look like later. So I'm going to run this report. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So you can see here, if you click on here, then the agents can pick the records from here and then start working on those. Now we're going to save this as, and then leads last 7 days, priority 1. Now for demonstration purposes, because this is a demo, I'm going to save this in my personal custom reports so that nobody else can access it. You would obviously have to choose one folder that is accessible for your agents. And we're going to save that. And now another one that I'm going to set up are the records that the guys are actually working on. So again, I'll start with a new report, and I'm going to again choose a leads report. And this time I want to see all leads. And I'm going to be really courageous, and I'm going to go for all time. And now I'm going to filter by lead owner. And that should contain EIMS. So this will ensure that my report catches only records, leads that are owned by one of our EIMS guys. And what I'm also going to do, I just want the ones that the guys are actually working on, so that are active in progress. And I'm going to use that, I'm going to do that by using a lead status. And I click on here, and now I need to choose which one of those lead statuses signal that someone is still working on this record. And I'm just going to choose those two. Now, I mentioned it earlier, please bear in mind this is a very simplified demonstration here. So you would obviously have to work out for your specific Salesforce what statuses or what filter criteria here would mean that, for example, an agent is working on a record. So I'll press OK. So that's looking good so far. And again, I'm going to pull the country in. There we go. OK, beautiful. So I'm going to run my report. Yep. And then I need to customize this a little bit because we still need to group it. And we're going to group this by lead owner. Okay, and we're going to run this again. Yeah, and this is what it's going to look like. So we're also going to save this. And we're going to call this records in progress. And there they are. Now the only thing that you now want to do is go to New Dashboard, and then you look for your data sources here, so your reports. Search for your folder, it is, and then search for the reports that we've just created. And the records worked on. Records in progress, you drag them in here, and you just give it a component, and I will just give it the matrix here. And now you just wait until this refreshes. And this is what it's going to look like, and all you need to do now is edit your header. And always make sure that you make it really visible to the guys if you have any priorities, if you have any segmentation, so that when they go to the dashboard, they can easily see what they can access and in which priority they should do that. And this is in progress. And you just press save, and you call that, for example, agent dashboard. And then you save and you run this. And this is what would come up. So here you've got your generic leads broken down by country, so the guys can easily pick the relevant country, and here the records in progress broken down by lead owner, so that they can then access whatever they want to work on. Now, as I said earlier, you obviously need to do a little bit more thinking for your specific Salesforce, simply because it's all custom, and the way to create those two reports would be different depending on your Salesforce instance. But I think you should get a rough idea how to set this up for the agents to call.